hot, humid morning in June, and we got the native garden mulched. And we had, if you're following the project over here, we put down between 6 and 8 inches of wood chips on this entire thing. We've planted maybe, what do you think, Steph? 30 plants, maybe 40 over here, something like that. We've been waiting for these wood chips to break down. But we have the open garden event coming, and I kind of wanted to lay out what we actually want this to look like in the future, where the trail system runs through it. And you'll see just in a minute, you know, how that came together, raking it out. But I just took my, normally I'll paint the lines on the ground and kind of be pretty precise. These are not perfect. They waver a bit as they go, but I just take my trenching shovel and I stand there and just make long arcs, you know, in the wood chips, you know, to create that coloration. That's what you can see from the drone footage up above. And then I just raked it out along the edge of that. This is only about 1 inch of hardwood mulch. It's barely mulched, but it changed the color of it and makes it look a whole lot better. One other issue we had over here was that we've planted some small things, and if we're gonna have a lot of people here on the Friday evening and Saturday morning and Saturday afternoon, I wanted to have a path system where people can just stay on the paths and not crush some of the things accidentally that are this small over here. It's easy to do. We do it all the time. So you're not seeing double. Can they see this stuff? The two carts. You're not seeing double this morning. I had somebody reach out and say they thought they had found another one of the carts that we had been showing off in the Steph got this one off the side of the road right here. How long ago has it been? Like 3 years now or something, probably. Yeah, we've got a big dump cart. We've got a wheelbarrow. We have a flat cart. We have all kinds of carts, but this cart has just been the absolute best cart, but it's not made anymore, as far as we can tell. But somebody reached out, said they had found one at a yard sale or someplace, and I apologize, and I should have looked it up where they told me before I started running my mouth, and asked if we wanted it. And I responded with yes, we'd absolutely take it. And boom, it was just here. Steph comes running in the house. She didn't know about this person reaching out. She didn't know anything about it. She comes in and says, "You have to come and see this. It's not bad. I promise it's not bad." And we run out. I come out with her, and there's 2 carts in the path. It was just like, what happened? Anyway, this made quick work, having 2 of these carts over here. And again, I got a big dump cart. I've got all kinds of things, but especially when I'm trying to put a precise amount of mulch out here, I only wanted about 1 inch of mulch. These small carts that are easy to move, easy to dump, made that easy. If I used the giant dump cart, I'd have had big giant piles that I'd have to push a long way to get it thin. Anyway, thank you. These carts are just absolutely awesome. I dump this is triple shredded hardwood mulch. It might be called something else in your area. I have no idea. But I get it dumped on the driveway, and I'll use a fork just to loosen the pile a bit, and then I use snow shovel. Everybody's going to have 17 different names for the shovel as I say this. A manure shovel or a grain shovel, all kinds of things. I've just always called it a snow shovel because that's what I would have used it for. I wear these things out. It's like a thin piece of aluminum, but it's great if the mulch is still loose to slide under and fill the cart some like four times, you know, to fill one of these carts. And then I just used the handy garden rake that this particular garden rake I think I've had since I started my landscape company. So 30-year-old rake that survived a lot of employees. There are not many tools I had that survived employees over all those years. So here's some drone footage of this being raked out over here. So now, super excited, we kind of have an interconnected garden. Obviously it was connected together before, but now from up there you can see how the path system will be completely kind of integrated together, and stuff can start moving back, and we'll move over in that general direction. Obviously there's only 40 or 50 plants over there, and this side is very, very full, and you can see that from, you know, up above, obviously, that there's a big difference. And, you know, when people are here for the open garden in a couple of weekends, you know, that place over there is going to be, you know, one thing, and this is going to be very different over here. But ultimately, now that they're tied together, we can figure out, we already kind of knew where we're heading with the design over there, but once it's really together like this and the paths are in place, now you can really see, you know, as we acquire plants, you know, low growing things, taller growing things, middle-sized things, we know where to place them now in the beds. I think you can see this is probably, this area of the native garden over here is probably every bit as big as the back garden, maybe a little bit bigger even in total space, especially when you count the patio, you take the patio out of the back garden back there. We have perennial border that runs across here that'll always kind of be the backbone to our vegetable garden on that side. And then a few of the larger growing shrubs and trees have been added into this side over here. It's gonna take a minute. Obviously it took, you know, that's 4 years in the making, that back garden back there. The front garden is more like 3. We had a few things we had done out there, but really the bulk of it is 3 years. And I think you can see it as well, but everything's tied together now. I'm pretty excited about having that done. I think you can see all the flowers on that Japanese ligustrum that's to the right here, or my left. I think from the drone down, you can see the edge of those flowers, and you can see that. That is the kind of invasive plant we're dealing with here. That thing is just absolutely loaded with flowers, which every one of those will become a seed in the future. So we're surrounded by that kind of stuff. Got to continue to work on, you know, that. We've got some things that are trying to come up through the wood chips a little bit that we'll deal with as we go, but big progress, I think. It's a very thin layer of mulch. It's made all the difference in the world over here in the native garden. So we look forward, if you're coming to the open garden, we look forward to you being here. We have over on the website, Learn to Garden video series and the weekly garden planner if you're interested in learning how. The Learn to Garden video series is all about how we kind of build a garden like this with design and that kind of thing. And then the weekly garden planner is how we maintain a garden that's kind of fully finished or almost finished. Our garden's never finished, but you know, that's closer to being finished over there. So thank you guys very much for considering that, and thanks for watching.